Hey everybody. I am here getting Mr. Felipe on, Miss BB Gunn. She's coming through. We're waiting, and so jumping online. Here she comes. Gonna jump her in. We're gonna start a watch party right now. I'm gonna be doing a one-man show here, and let's start a watch party. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Here she is. Hi,
Hi.
how are you all?
Good, good. How you doing, girl?
I am doing good. I am starting a watch party right now. So
Yes,
watch
yes.
please. How are you?
Good. Hanging
What's
out. Did a little adventure out there earlier by the trails. Walked around, and yeah, hanging out.
nice? Starting the watch party, so more people should be jumping on.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I'm having like one of those like I've just kind of been like "Ugh," today.
Oh,
So
I feel
I
you.
don't know. I had like a sinus infection like 2 months ago, and I'm feeling it like right here today. So
Oh, my
bear with
allergies
me
have
if
been
I
acting up
sound
like
funny.
crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
Mhm.
she's trying to be correct. But we will put that aside because we have a moment here together to talk and to chat. So I'm wearing my little
Yes,
gay sweatshirt.
yes. Miss Alina of the
So,
day.
oh, the Salinas. So, again, are you wearing one earring because you couldn't find the other one or because it's a statement?
Um, Maybe. I don't know.
have you seen Have you seen Never Have I Ever? It's that new series on Netflix.
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, so that's new. Like I just watched like, the first episode. They were talking about it, that and like Hollywood.
Oh
So
yeah.
I watched the first episode, and that was the sick thing yesterday. Because this girl only had one feather earring on, and her friend was like, "Wait, so is this a statement, or did you just lose it on your way here?"
No, she still has it. I'm not that messy.
what
Not
What
these. These
does
are
it
heavy as
say?
fuck. They say
What does
they
it
say
say,
babe.
babe? Oh, that's
Mhm.
cute. I almost want to get my ears pierced.
Do it, girl. Be bangy with me.
I know. I've never had. I don't have a piercing. I don't have tattoos.
What?
I could not
Interesting.
commit. It's something I could just
Oh.
never commit to, because it's like it's forever, forever, ever, ever,
Yeah, I thought
forever,
at least
ever.
piercings you would.
No, just never like I never
Did
wanted
you
to
ever
put a hole
consider a
in.
piercing
So
though? Or if you did consider one, which one would it be?
I would probably do like nips, but I have huge nipples. You can find them on my Instagram.
Oh my god, mine too. I love them.
It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, like it's just never could. And like the thing is like I've had thoughts like I want to get this tattoo, and then like a month later I'm like I don't want that tattoo anymore. And
Right?
so I know I don't think, and I'm not gonna get something now based on the quarantine.
Oh, I know. That's a little
It's gonna say
questionable.
stay home, and it just says it like on my inside of my arm. Yeah.
Step back.
It's tribal for stay home.
6 feet. Get
The two hands on my titties. It's like right here. It just says get back. But I'm
back.
too hairy for all that. That's the thing.
True.
It's like if I got a tattoo, I would have to like shave, and like it'd be like a weird square, and you have to explain it, and you're like, ugh, and it's not for me. I don't think it works.
Do a face tattoo.
Yes, that's not happening. Uh, face tattoos are a little bit scary.
They are.
So,
I don't have one, but I'm scared.
okay, quick questions here. So, let's before we get into charm school, let's talk about the subject that's at hand.
Oh,
Drag race.
oh my god.
This week, I'm sorry. Okay, spoilers. If you haven't watched this week's Drag Race, we're about to say stuff. Um, Crystal should have won this week.
Oh my gosh, she did so good, and it was just such a heartwarming episode. It was just a cute episode.
It
All
was
in
a
all.
cute episode, but Crystal should have
But
won.
Crystal
That
should
that
have
was
fucking won. Uh-huh.
that was a moment on the runway. The other one was, I mean, Jada was great. It was fierce. She knew how to paint, and but it's traditional drag, and it was great.
Yeah.
But Crystal's up the game. She made it her own. Did certain anything like it was fashion.
Yep.
They stole it. That was not fair. So I will put there. So she's now in my top four. She's moved her way into my top four of like who I want to
She's
see on that list.
getting up there.
She has. She
I love
has.
her. I just love her voice. She's just so funny. I love watching her makeup tutorials. They're so messy and so cringeworthy, but just hearing her talk
Really?
is so heartwarming.
Does she use Sharpie?
She don't use Sharpie, but it's a mess, girl. Watching it, you're just like, oh, so many powders and colors everywhere, and somehow she makes it work.
That's so funny. Like, how long has she been around? Like, do you know? What her
I don't
history is?
know. I have no clue. But I mean, watching that, wasn't it this episode where she was talking about how she had to start pretty much a drag scene? Or I may have seen that on an interview. But
Well, she's over there in Missouri, so I mean,
yeah,
like, there's few and far between when you're in that area. When like 10, 11 years ago, when I was moving here, we were across country, and so we kind of like use like those gay apps, you know, like gay cities and shit like that, to like kind of see where we were. And when you get to like that Missouri area and like in like Wyoming, like right in that like little trifecta kind of area, like the closest gay bars are in Canada.
No.
Like they're in Canada. Like those kids down there don't really have much. And
That's
so
like if you're going to
started
TJ to
opening
party.
up. Like it really is. Like they really have to like make a trek to do that. And so that's why it's a lot of like underground, they party and then they just don't have a scene. So in that situation, it is kind of a thank God for the apps, you know?
Yeah.
So but that was good. Who did they kick off? Who was gone? No, nobody. Double save.
Nobody. Oh yeah. So what did you think though about that? What did you think?
I think that in that situation, Rue didn't know what to do because they both did lip sync for their life. They left it on the floor. Okay. Jackie did that weird whatever she was doing.
Yes.
But she committed. She committed, and it was silly and it was funny. You know what I mean? At first, it was like, okay, I get it. Okay, okay. But then she wrote it through to the end, and that was what the comedy was: is that she never let it go. Yeah, that she was that weird, like, you know, that whole thing. Yeah, like she stayed that character. So there was something about that. I just kind of was like, I got it, the quirkiness of it all. I don't think that she's gonna sustain it. And then Heidi she lip synced the house down. Like she just gave
you a Heidi doing a disco song, you know, going in.
If Heidi was a tiny bit more polished, and if this bitch had skills like a Asia O'Hara, she would be respected in that way. Yeah, she would be respected that way because her skills aren't as like, you know what I mean, all that kind of a thing. Oh wait,
but I mean, it's just as soon as she starts performing, she really shows her true colors. Like, she's a performer.
She's good. That commercial still got me. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, it was so funny.
So that's the thing. So I think she has a place there, and she's kind of taken America's hearts. And she'll be, you know, she'll probably get Miss Congeniality fan favorite.
Yes,
the Valentina Award. The Valentina Award. But like it was cute. I have to have this scrolling on the bottom right now. I'm not feeling the Janice-y what we talk about Drag Race, just because it was sketchy and it's still in there. So I'm gonna always use it whenever we talk about RuPaul. Yeah. And no hate, no shade. We probably will work with Janice at some point, but we weren't feeling it for this contest. Not this contest. Wasn't
sorry, girl. But even when she was in the other TV show, she was like a lot. Like she just looked like a lot. Because she was in the other TV show, The X Factor, right?
Show?
Jan.
Which one?
Jan.
What was she on?
She was like on the X Factor or some sort of singing competition. As a trio with two other queens. Yeah, okay, I'll send you the info. Watch it. It's really intense, and she's still a lot there too. She's polished as fuck, like she's in the show, and they all have really cool outfits and really cool wigs and everything. Cute, but even then, she still looks like a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I have not. I never watched it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the topic at hand. Let's discuss. We are going into Binge Bitches Talk, Flavor of Love Charm School, Season 1, Episode 4. Monique is still there, and I don't know why I'm surprised whenever I see Monique there.
Like she should have been eliminated a long time ago, or what?
Like the director should have been, like, you know, I mean, the host should have been gone. Like, I don't know why. It's just still every week, and it's just like, I don't know. Because this was like before the Oscars, so there was no like real like, what's Mo doing, you know?
Yeah.
But still, week 2, it just kind of proves that Mo still has some things to work through. She has some anger issues still going on in her life. And so you can kind of see it a little bit here. And so it's just funny. So we have Charm School. I did go through some of these girls' Instagram. So like Safari's still around, okay?
Yes.
So
she should.
So now Charm School, we are on episode 4. This one is called our Master Debaters, or AKA Masturbators. I just want to take a real quick trip here. So we have $50K that is up for grabs, basically. All these girls are trying to win $50,000. Yes. And so right now, we still got in the house Shatar with the wig, used to be hottie. We still got Pumpkin, aka Brooke. And so her real name is Brooke, but we all call her Pumpkin still. That's the one who spit on New York.
Yes.
We got Courtney, who used to be Goldie, who's the funny one. She's the one who threw up in the first episode of the season. That was just silly. Now we got Laylene. She's still around. That is the stripper mother angry girl. We got Larissa. Larissa, also the angry girl with the black hair, with the black curly hair. And then the other then her other counterpart is Shay with the straight hair. And those two like to fight. And then we got Becky, who used to be Buck Wild.
Yes.
And that's a Ray's girl. So all of her Instagram is just face shots. It's just face shots, and she's got different hair colors. And like,
who's Becky?
Yeah, Becky. So she's like, she still shares like funny stuff, but she doesn't post much on her Instagram. She uses the stories. That's it.
Oh.
Yes. And then we got Dara, Dara's boring. Like I don't remember what was Dara's name. All that.
All that.
Was it all that? All that.
Wait,
that's who she was. Yeah.
No, it's like that. It was like that.
Like that.
Because she would then she would say that's the way it is.
There you go. Historian like that. And then we got Crystal, who's on here, and Crystal was the model. Okay. Yes. And then last character that we haven't mentioned is Safari. Safari has the red and gold hair. She's got the big boobies. She's one who fought the very first time in her season. This season, she's coming out to be funny. She had a lot of good lines today. Loving this. And so this is like, our game is picked up. We're finally trimming off the girls who don't really matter much. Yeah. And so
we got rid of Jennifer last episode. Toasty, I believe.
Toasty. The one with her fingers on the coochie.
Finger on the coochie.
Okay, so if you're watching along, make sure that you take a sip when we take a sip, whatever you're drinking. And if you're toking, then take a sip when we take a sip. Whatever. Take this journey with us.
Right.
So, okay, so this game is getting dirty. The girls, we're starting to see like people are getting into active fights. We got Crystal versus Becky, because last week Crystal done told Mo what had happened in the thing and tried to call her out for not having a good design, even though she should have been the one who walked the thing because she's the model, quote unquote. And Becky's kind of heard about this and thinking she didn't want to make anybody see her cry.
She wants to keep her eye out over Crystal.
Yeah, and she said basically Crystal doesn't know what's up if she thinks that she's going to fuck with her. That's basically where we are. This week we got Mo telling them, again, shocked that Mo's there, but Mo is telling them over the loudspeaker, the girls, get your outfits on to we're going on a field trip to another school. So they're heading out to Cal State Fullerton. Did you guys were you guys field trip people out here on the East Coast or on the West Coast?
I felt like I did a lot of field trips throughout my school years.
Anything memorable from those years?
I just remember being excited to just leave school, honestly. I was excited to leave school, and I don't know why I was excited to eat lunch somewhere else. My fat ass was just excited for that.
Like, I'm gonna bring my own lunch. I'm gonna bring.
Bitch, I brought my hot Cheetos. I brought my sandwiches, my Capri Sun. It was lit.
Oh my gosh, you're younger than me. You guys had hot Cheetos. See, back in my day, it was salt and vinegar potato chips.
Oh, okay.
So Yeah, it was a little bit different. But what's funny, so okay, here's a little thing. So when I think I was in 8th grade and we had went on this field trip to like this bread factory or some shit. And when we got back to the school, we were all kind of like in trouble because we had been making a ruckus and whatnot. And so, but right when we got back, I grew up in the Midwest, and so we had tornadoes, and so they would have tornado drills like you guys have, like the earthquake drills and shit like that. Get under your desk. Well, for us, same shit. Or go out into the hallway away from the windows, do the thing, blah blah blah. So we got back and we all got our bread, right? Everybody got a loaf of bread from the bread factory. So you're carrying your bread back. They were like, okay, we're doing this drill. So they sent us and we had to go down to the gym. And so we run back down there. So we all got our bread. We're covering our heads with this bread. People are like kind of throwing bread. Well, when they put us down in the gym, we went to the locker room and we were inside the boys' showers. Like, this big like group shower kind of situation. So we're all like there putting our heads down and so we're supposed to be like quiet. So this one girl, I'm not going to say her name because I think we're friends on Facebook. So she gets up. She gets up and she starts acting like she's taking a shower and she's just sitting there.
Yes.
And this one boy comes over and goes and turns the water on, and it goes bam and hits her and she gets wet. Turns it off really fast. And then that's when the teacher came around the corner. So we all ducked again and got back like this. So the teacher didn't see that she was wet. So the whole entire time we're trying to get back to the class, we're all trying to cover her up because nobody wants to get in trouble, like to be like, oh, why is this bitch wet? Yeah. So we get back in there, and everybody's sitting down at the chair, and like she's like looking around. She's like, okay, and then she sees this girl Desiree, and Desiree's hair is wet. This is like 8th grade. You would wear a lot of makeup and not know how to. So her eye makeup was all over her cheeks.
Yes,
and she was shivering. And she's like trying to act like nothing happened. So that's what I think of when I think of field trip, because shit is gonna go down because that you don't know how to act right.
Someone's getting mad.
So yes. So going back into our thing, we're going to Cal State Fullerton. This is where we are going to learn that we have our 5th commandment, which is going to be, thou shalt spit mad game with style.
Okay. Pumpkin is triggered. She is triggered with the...
Krista goes, I don't know why they're using that when Pumpkin's here.
She's going to get triggered, girl. She's spitting on everyone.
It's so funny. So we got, basically, they are going to be learning about how the art of effective communication with the Cal State Fullerton debate team. So they're going to go and they're going to learn here.
Yes.
So now Mo basically is like, bye bitches, I'm going to leave you with Keith because he's mean. And I don't want to be here because I'm Mo. Because like Mo never wants to stick around. She only wants to be there when she really needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. When she needs to be.
They did not pay her enough to hang out for the day.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go home.
That's all you got getting.
I'm gonna get lunch. I'll be back.
I'll take a nap.
Yes. I'm gonna leave my shoes right here. I need my walking shoes. So we got this. They go and they get into this very intense class debate about apartheid and all these things. And so, and then I was looking, and so Dr. John Benchy. So I actually looked him up, and like he had that, like that like bowl cut hair, kind of like a dildo hair, and then he had on like the Hawaiian shirt, the tropical shirt. Yeah. So I looked him up. I Googled him, and the hair is even more glorious now, girl. Like it is it is insane what this man looks like. Yes, he is working her dream. And I love too that the debate teacher is somebody who has a slight speech thing. Like, so the thing is, he don't got to be perfect. So I could be a speech like professor because I don't say words right.
Well, there you go. I don't know many words of it.
Exactly, does. But so it's just funny. So he basically, I wrote here, he's got hair like a mushroom, and you know what he looks like? He looked like Little John from the Disney Plus Robin Hood. If you watch that, like the one with the Foxy Robin Hood.
Yes.
He looks like the bear that plays Little John. Like it looks like him. Like that's him. So if that's who would play him in a movie.
Yes. Exactly.
So fiery. is basically like, oh, so this dude, he's real. He's a master baiter.
Or a master debater or something.
a master debater. I'm not sure. So it's just, that was cute. They're giving you moments with Safari now that they're starting to like build her as somebody that you should like.
Yeah, because you're very like, oh, she dumb.
we're seeing very much a hero edge on her, which is great. So let's go over the rules of debate. So there's two different types of rules of debate. So we got John B's rules, which are no swearing, no screaming, don't talk during someone else's speech, must stay on time, and never give up. Now we got Safari's rules. Did you write them down?
A little different.
Did you write them?
I didn't write them down. I just wrote Safari's rules were hilarious.
Okay, so she goes, here's how it goes. You cut them down low. Hit them in the bottom waist. Cut them off whenever they talk, and make sure they don't talk back. That's how you win a debate. And I was like, I understand. I
relate to this. I know her. I know her very well.
Like those people, like this is before. Like, do you notice too? This is before when I think Guy Girls Club made it a thing where you clapped when you fought. You know what I mean? Like you'd be like, I am not telling you. Like that was more Bad Girls Club. So this is before that, because these girls, they just get loud. They don't clap their hands. They just get louder and louder on top of each other, which is why this makes really good reality television. This is why it's exciting people.
That's what we were fans back then.
So we have Team A and Team B that are going to be going up against each other. So what they do, again, these people who are producing this show are shady. These producers are amazing. And so what they keep doing is okay, so we're going to split you guys into groups of 5, and then only 4 of y'all get to talk. One of you has to sit down, and whoever sits down is going to automatically be up for elimination. Like, period.
We need to work
even
for
if your
Drag
team
Race,
wins.
girl. We need that to happen to Drag Race.
It is beautiful and manipulative, and like these girls, that you see why they start to crack is like they get put in these situations all the time that when you're starting to feel okay about somebody, when you can be neutral and just back up and just be, I'm good with her. All of a sudden they're like, no, bitch, you're gonna be mean to somebody today.
We're gonna make you mean, girl.
They really do. This show is amazing. So Team A, we got Shatar, Brooke, Courtney, Larissa, and Laylene. And then went on Team B, we got Becky, Dara, Safari, Shay, and Crystal. Now it is so not cool because now they put Larissa versus Shay. You know that they're going to get this. They're setting this up because you have 2 best friends who never go against each other. And these girls are going for the jugular too when they do these speeches. Like,
they do. But there was just such a twist at the end, you know?
Such a twist. So we basically got them voting down, and Laylee gets knocked out. She basically doesn't want it because she can't hold her own with these girls. She knows
can't even.
She's
so confused.
She's gonna cry. She always looks like she's about to cry. Like she's about to cry. Yeah.
That's me.
I wonder how much they let them eat too. Like, honestly, if they're just a little bit hungry.
So they're all freaking out because they're all starving.
Well, true. I mean, like the thing is, that's one of the tea too about like when you see these girls from like Drag Race, and they talk about like these early seasons that they didn't have a lot of budget for them to eat, but also it was just a way to manipulate them and to keep them like, okay, well, I'm hungry. Can I have some more, please? Like, it's a real mind fuck because when you're at home, you could just be like, I'm gonna go eat a piece of cheese. And these girls don't have that.
And then plus with the lack of eating and just with all that stress, I guess it would cost them to break or act up, so which is essentially what they want for TV.
Oh yeah, you're gonna crack. You're gonna crack. You have nothing that's like supposed to be like under you.
Yes.
So right here we got Laylene. She's gonna limit. She doesn't want to, and they decide for her. Hey, Laylene, you can sit this one. She's okay with it. She didn't want to self knock herself out, but she just let it happen.
Yeah.
And then we got
it was
Crystal.
Just like, well, she's gonna do it if I tell her to do it, so she did it.
We're gonna let her sit. And then we got Crystal, who does put up a little bit more of a fight. She don't want to sit down because she knows that she's been in the bottom for 2 weeks in a row. So, but they get overthrew on her. Okay, so the other shady things here was during these practice rounds. Did you notice what they were telling these girls to fight over? Like in the practice rounds? In the practice rounds.
No.
Okay, so the subject that they gave these girls to debate over in the practice rounds, they were like, okay, so practice number 1, Larissa has an anger management problem. Go.
Oh, that's right. And Larissa was quick to be called out.
It was like, okay, you. And then they also, they do, Leilani is a crybaby. Go.
Go. And then Shapari was the ones like, she sure is.
I just love that. So now the real topic that they are given. So they do these little counterpoint points. You know, they learn about this. They're trying to talk in a deep and calm way, and they're trying to be about it. They're trying to be business ladies. So we got the real topic. Courtney's team should be expelled from charm school.
That is such a cute topic.
Like, it really is. Defend yourself. Like, that's what they tell you. So we got these, put this right here. Oh, they were moving these girls from one room to the other. Okay. Did you notice as they were walking, you heard one of the girls go, "Yeah, boy."
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes. I was cackling at that. I did want to talk about how I really loved that Lailene was at least still trying to help in a sense.
Yeah, but she was so above her pay grade. She didn't know what was up. Like, she was like,
she still sat there because it was Crystal the one that got up and left. Crystal was the one that got up and left, and was just like, well, fuck you guys if I'm going to be on bench.
Yeah. True. And so it's so funny with these girls that the way that they just pit each other, and the way that they also handle this. Crystal's pissed, and Lailene is like, okay, well, I have to still appear to be nice. You know what I mean? I think that's the other thing too, is that it's one of those things that in these reality competitions is that how much of this you're not really changing. I don't think that these people believe that, oh, I'm making a difference. But the thing is they need to sell it because they need to win it.
Because they want to win it.
So it's like, yeah, you want to win this money. You want to win this money. How? So that's like this other show that we just did. Too Hot to Handle. Have you seen that on Netflix?
Oh, so we were about to watch some of it yesterday, but I need to get on it.
That's the one that I showed. They sent that clip about the girls. They were like, "Okay, what are some things that people say about your lady parts?" She's like, "Your pussy stinks." And she looked like it was like she took it personally, and she said it herself. She's like, she's heard that in her life, or like something was wrong. She dug deep. But back onto the whole thing about when you're winning money and you're trying to give yourself a narrative that you are actually changing because you want to win this money. That you want to seem like, let's like the same thing with Drag Race. Oh yeah, I'm going to take what you're saying, and I'm going to take these tips, and I'm going to make it different. You know, I'm going to change my look. I'm going to change my wig today. You know, that kind of thing. It's that same thing that you're going to like be contrite because you want to win this money. If you know what's on the line. So I think that's part of it too, is that Lailene knows that she can't tap out completely because she won't get that money. And you also saw what happened with old Coochie Fingers last week.
What's her name? Jennifer?
Yeah, I cannot.
It's so basic.
So anyways, her, she needs to take her fingers out of her coochie and take them in her ears so she can hear. But anyway, that was last week. Find that episode. Anyways, so it's just funny though, because Lailene is not going to sit back and just be contrite. So these girls, they're working through it. They go down there, they sit. She puts on a good face. I love that. Here, I'm just trying to look through here that we got. Crystal is giving the evil eye the whole time.
Oh my god, the whole
Let him
time.
go home.
Like...
Yeah. And then Safari's basically like looks at both of them and she's like, let them both go home. She doesn't care that they're both on the chopping block.
Yes.
It is savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. TikTok choreography. Then we have when the girls start debating, and I just like these like little points they have up here. So when Buck Wild goes up there,
oh my god,
and they're like, I don't want to see Buck Wild. I want to see Becky Johnson. If we see Becky Johnson, we know we're gonna win.
I wrote that whole down.
She goes up there. Did you write any of her speech or anything?
No, I just wrote, if I'm seeing Becky Johnson, I know we're gonna win.
There you go. And I love those. She's like, Becky basically is like, look, we don't deserve to go home because they are just they're carrying away about being scheming and their beauty. Like, and then I love when she comes off, she was like, look, I've been to court a lot of times. I sued my landlord. I won. And then he brought him and the lawyer, and I won too. So I was like, that's it.
And then Brooke was so bad. Brooke was so bad.
Oh my God, Brooke. We should
her debate, or the way she was acting too, the way she was trying to portray everything she was saying, all like, woo. It was so bad.
I just wrote Dr. Seuss. Like, she
was
like
all Dr. like, yeah, it was very that.
She was like, we should not get on the bus because we do not like the cuss. And then like it was very much like, let me rhyme this up. I am Shakespeare up in this.
Yes.
And so it was. She's a Shakespeare, a regular Shakespeare. She's a regular Shakespeare in love. So she spit. Oh, she basically, and then she also brings back that like, I spit on New York, and I know that was wrong. Like, don't talk about that, girl.
Don't bring that up again. We don't want to talk about that no
exactly.
More. We're moving on.
Okay, now my favorite is the Shay versus Larissa, is because Shay goes there with her. She basically tells her that like, look, this is the reason why this team is like this, and she got a baby voice. Like,
oh my God, then she starts talking like a little baby. Larissa, like, literally just, like, you could see her just be like, fuck me. Like, she doesn't know what to do.
Like, and then Shay goes, I know that when she can't get angry, she gets tongue-tied. So I know this is in my favor. So that's why she took that low blow. And then I wrote this down. My boyfriend thinks this is so long, but I'm going to give, because I always like to give the quote. So we got to give this. Okay, so she goes, because he sounds like a baby. And then it's Larissa's turn, and she goes, actually, I can. The judges?
Yes.
You said the judges? No, we don't listen to the judges. Well, I think that if we didn't listen to the judges, we did listen to the judges. And the whole point is that if the judges need to teach something, that is not the point of charm school. And that we don't need to learn from the judges. Judges.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I was cackling.
It was terrible. This poor girl. Like, she got stuck in her head. I mean, it worked out for them in the long run, but still, I was dying. Then we have Shatara versus Safari, and Safari goes full on Johnny Cochran,
nipples like, to the fucking lip.
You had your, yeah, that was like she was like, did or did not you get into a fight because you stole the dresses and didn't Brooke then come up to you and have her nipples almost on your lips? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Anything. It had to do with nothing, but it was just so funny. She's like, yeah, I said it. Nipples by her lips.
And she kept interrupting her. She was like, no. And then, did you say that? Did you, like, and it was like, she became like Vanessa, or she became like Olivia
Benson. You're not going to answer the question.
You're not going to answer it. So she was Olivia Benson. That was an SVU moment. She thought that she was getting her life. She was full on.
She's like, you're obviously not answering, so it's obviously true.
Did you answer the question?
It was very that.
Then we have Courtney and Dara. They go up last. And then Courtney, it was so bad. But then her thing is, too big to be here, no, but we're not too little to grow. Everybody was like, what?
Everyone was like, what?
It was like
yeah.
Like,
it was very
wait, what did she just say? Everyone was just confused.
Wait.
And then the whole thing is Dr. John, crazy hair, decides that they still won. That Courtney's team wins because they put up the original question and nobody addressed it, which was like, that is like the most crazy technical thing that these debate teams are built on. And this is what the debate is, and that's how these things work. And I love that, like, Mo was like, fuck this. This isn't a real response. They don't win.
Like, you're not the host here.
Yeah, she was pissed because, I mean, these girls, Larissa was on the winning team. That did not, the judges, we didn't listen to judges. Like, that girl won, and so and Brooke won with her Dr. Seuss. They come through, girl. So it was a little everywhere. So we got these people, Larissa, that's when in this thing, that was the uncomfortable part. This is that part when Mo goes for her and she comes for Mo.
That was so good. I was living.
You guys didn't win, but you guys are an issue. And then it just comes right back at her that, like, you know, it was ugly. It just got ugly for a second here that Larissa's just basically, she's not hearing what Mo has to say at all. You know, like, she doesn't get these things, but she also, it was like, sit on your win, girl. Let Mo see what she needs to, but you're safe. Don't say shit, you know. But this also, she made good reality TV. She put herself out there. So Mo, I love when she gets up and she's like, no, let me listen. And she gets up, excuse me, Dr. John. Like, she like moves him out of her way.
But she says it's so aggressive, but yet so polite at the same time.
Exactly. It's just like, oh, okay, this lady wants to take seats. Like, this lady wants to sit on the bus and you move. That's just what happens. Yeah, she got it. It's hers.
She gonna fuck it up. No, you gotta take her off.
She put a hold on it yesterday. She put a hold here yesterday. We're good. I'll walk away. It is just too much. And so basically Mo is basically telling her, grow up. You're always playing a beat. You always need to be in distress. You're always, you know, and it basically tells you, you done pissed me off. That whole sort of a thing. So it's a little crazy. So then from there, I don't know who this is. It's somebody who's like asked to join the little talk. I don't know who they are. So, look, they just disappeared. So you guys can't see the production boxes. I can see when somebody tries to join in. Really weird. So, okay. So going on into here. So we have, this is like, I was looking at the timestamps here. So now the girls are like basically allowed to go party at the pub at Cal State. Go and make some good TV, girls. Go make it happen. And so these chicks, there was 15 minutes left here. And we still haven't got to the iconic line yet. The episode. So I just thought that was so funny. So we have Brooke, and Brooke is all of a sudden on Larissa's side. She's now taking her thing that, like, hey, Mo was pretty shitty for being that way. We won fair and square and blah, 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 you know. So there was a little bit of that. And the thing was, is they owed that to Becky because Becky was set up for a win.
Yes.
She was the first one out. So they did play their strongest hand. But so these girls, they go. Becky on her way to the pub for a little drinking, smoking, straight West Coast.
It's so bad.
So so the thing is, they send these girls out in their schoolgirl outfit to go get wasted. Like, go. So it's just gonna make good TV because everything cameras, they do is,
of course, everyone's just gonna be like,
amplified when you look like a little schoolgirl. So we got Pumpkin kissing on dudes. We got the girls, you know, just out of control. And this is when Laylee disagrees with Larissa about this whole thing, that you should just shut up when they give you their judgment and then just move on with it, and that you shouldn't have spoken out. And we got them going back and forth. You know, I'm not going to go there. If you were a good mother, she's basically now challenging her mother's skills. You wouldn't be taking your clothes off for money if you were a good mother, which I think bullshit. Make your money however you need to make your money.
Exactly, girl. If you're providing for your family, you got to do what you got to do.
For real. You ain't hurting nobody. You're doing everything, and everybody's of age. Whoa, go.
You're just mad because you're not making that coin, girl.
That's really what it is. And so, and the thing is, and it was also, it's a way that she can do a low blow because she wanted to. Larissa wanted an outlet. She found also one of the weaker players in the sense of like, this is somebody who you guys didn't want to put up for a debate because you knew she can't fight. You know she can't argue. So, and then you're going to come for her in that kind of a vicious, like, Undertaker, she went below the waist. She did the whole thing. She did Safari's rules. She did them.
She did.
She passed Safari's class. So proud of her.
Good for her.
It's so much. So we got these girls. This is when we get them out there, and Laylene is like, she thinks that I don't have pride and integrity because I take my clothes off for being. You will not insult me. I'm a good mother. I'm a damn good mother. And then we have Safari who says,
"You mad, huh?"
It is like, that's on t-shirts now. She didn't get her due.
It was a
Safari did not get her full due.
Yeah.
Everybody got it. So here's something too. Safari has like around like 47,000 followers on Instagram.
Okay.
And she doesn't post a lot of pictures of herself, but she does have her own lip chapter company.
Yes. I love that.
That's the thing. And I also took a picture because she had people asking her questions on her Insta today.
Oh my God.
And so somebody asked her, did you ever get with Flav after the show? And she said, if you mean get with, like hang out, yes. But if you mean like get with, like bumping uglies, no. So Safari did not sleep with Flav. Then she says, who do you think is most ashamed to look back at the old episodes of Charm School and why? She said, I would say Pumpkin, since she was deemed the whore of Charm School because of this episode, because she was the one who's telling all these dudes. She just became the whore of Charm School. So we're going to get to that fight next week. So, opinion on Hottie, aka Shatar. Do you still talk to her? Safari says, I think she kind of cray-cray. Nope, never hung out with or talked to her away from the show. Even on the show, I only spoke to her if it was a necessity. Woo-tee. Okay. Then we got, do you still talk to Laylene? And Safari says, who? Nah, JK, but I haven't spoken to her in years.
Yeah.
And then we got somebody asking her opinions on Shay from Flavor of Love. And Safari said, boring, a follower, and needs a new wig.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. And then she got, somebody asked, Safari, do you have any opinions on New York since she changed over the years? And then she said, I like Tiffany. And then we have another question. I think the last question here is, besides Buck Wild, any other friends in reality TV? And she just says yes, but she did not offer any information. Oh, so stay tuned to Safari's Instagram page.
Yes.
So I don't know. It was cute. She's good for her. She's still dealing with the show.
She's still doing the damn thing.
I love it. But okay, so now we got the girls. They are out there. We had them. They got into this fight. They're on their way back. The thing is they have an expulsion ceremony right after they get back. These bitches are still drunk. They're still feeling some type of way. So, and that's why some of them are like a little bit windblown. Like, what happened? So, and if you were safe, that you were swaying on that carpet. Like, they were feeling some type of way. Yes. So, but it's funny because now we got these big fights in the room. We got Becky versus Crystal and Laylene versus Larissa. It is happening. It's popping off. We got Mo, who just starts off blazing at Larissa still. She grow up. Life is painful with no Vaseline, and it bends you over.
Oh my God! And then fucking Becky just cracking up. That would have been me.
Becky goes, ew.
And then starts laughing. I would have been me, girl.
Ew. So then they pull these girls down to the thing. Okay, one of the notes I have here, and I just think this was just shocking to me. Fiery's eyeshadow girl. Did you notice this?
It was interesting. I don't know. A lot of their eyeshadows are very interesting
from here
choices.
to here.
Yes.
Choices correct.
Yes.
But you know what too? She had been wearing that eyeshadow all day. Okay, we got to give her a pass. We got to give her a little pass. She wore that from the morning to debate in the car. And so
Dang,
if you think
that
about
shit would
it,
have already ran by now.
that's why they look so rough. Okay, because they didn't get to fix themselves, and I knew this, but it's now hitting me. So we will give everybody a pass for their visuals today. So
everyone gets enough.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bounce around here because our three girls who get pulled down to this floor are Safari, Crystal, and Laylene. Laylene and Crystal are basically in the bottom because they both were the sit outs. So they both got benched. So they had to go down there. And they're nice this time with Laylene. Like even Keith was a little bit nicer with her. Yeah. And he basically was like, and this time he didn't call her a loser like he did the first time. Like
yes, he would.
This time he was just like, he said it in a nice way. You're more comfortable with allowing everybody else to win. And it's like, ooh, I know that feeling. Get it. Like, I completely get that. So there's that. We have, what do you call it? And then Mickey just saying like, I wish you would have stepped up and like, try to go off. Like lately, you should have try to take this, like, prepare yourself for debate. So I love though that Larissa was like, I have plans for her. She's stupid. And and like
I'm scared. I forget what she does to her, so I'm excited to see.
I don't remember either. That's the thing too. It's like it's I was kind of nervous in this episode for spoiler alert for Safari because I wasn't sure if she got kicked off, and I kind of thought about it and I was like, wait, we still haven't got to the best part of Safari. So I don't remember who wins.
I think I know who wins.
Okay, see, so I still don't remember, and it hasn't hit me.
That's why I haven't looked for anybody's thing because I feel like I would find it in quickness. So I'm like, I don't want to see. The thing is, I think I know who it is.
I took a little chance today when I did that little search. I don't know.
Yes, you did. So, I was going to ask you to if that, and it gave it out, but I guess not.
There was nothing on there because even on Safari's page, it just says like, because she got lip chat by Safari, so she got that now.
Yeah.
And it's like those those like little egg ones, the ones that Cyrus used to sing the Aos or whatever. They're like those, but Safari got her own brand. They're like watermelon and like really fruity flavors. I kind of want one. I'm on tap right now. It would be using it.
You want some lip chat?
But yeah, and then the only other thing it says like in her like little bio was just like, oh, and I do reality TV. That's all it says. Like she doesn't say what kind of reality she does either, because I know she's done other shows.
Okay.
But I haven't Googled anybody because I'm afraid that it'll say winner of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll say their name.
Yeah, that's why I haven't looked, and I think I know who it is, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that I don't need to know yet because this still makes the show interesting because it's the show is old.
It's old, but it's still entertaining. I mean, some of it it's some of the stuff is a little questionable, but still fun.
Excuse me, it is very politically incorrect sometimes the things that they say to each other.
Very that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like when he said the whole like review long time statement, it was like, ooh.
Imagine if we did like a review for like Strangers with Candy. I don't know if you watched it.
Oh my God, there's so many. You can't even say like the first like episode, the last like 15 minutes of the first episode you couldn't even do.
I love it.
Everywhere.
It's my favorite show.
It's so controversial. Like I love being controversial, but it can't be that kind of controversial. So so we're starting a YouTube channel with all this stuff. It's actually we're going to start porting this over to YouTube. So all of the binge bitches that you've done on Facebook actually have been cataloged. So they're going to filter over to YouTube, and I'll give you the links when those actually do. So
work. I can't wait.
I'm stepping my game up on these because there's like it's weird where it's starting to hit. So really, the Instagram has been so much better than the Facebook viewings, but the thing is, the Facebook goes into viewings and then it builds views after, so it just it sits in there. It's weird, but this is fun and I'm learning. Okay, so these girls, we got Safari, Chris, we got Laylene. They're all down on the floor. Laylene gets basically told she's okay. Wait, Safari, what she says about Laylene here, she goes, Laylene is like one of those people who like, she's gonna walk into your room in the middle of the night and stand over you, chop you up into little pieces, And they'd be like, what happened? I'm so sorry.
That shit was so funny. Hilarious.
I was like, whoa, like Safari's coming for her a little bit now. I think she saw Layleen get angry, like, because Layleen did go from 0 to 10 real quick, but it's because she was a sleeping giant. She had that shit sitting down deep. I do that shit. You follow it. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And then okay, everybody got away, you know? And so that's what happened up in here. But we got Crystal, basically, who's told, it was this back and forth between Crystal and Layleen, or Crystal and Safari, that, you know, she basically saying that, you know, Crystal should have been more helpful, that she tapped out. She was a bitch about it. That she didn't say she was a bitch, but she was like, she cussed us out, told us she was going to, so, you know, fuck you. She was done. And Crystal was like, I think I just basically said, no, I'm going to sit out and I'm going to support you guys from over here. And then when they rolled the tape, and she was like, fuck y'all, I'm going to punch you in the face.
I know, like, she was so angry. And I mean, she said she has anger management issues. So.
It was so funny because she was like, well, I just said it was like this. And then all of a sudden they show the roll up. She was like, I'm going to punch y'all in the face. It was what she literally said.
She was ready to fight everyone.
She was going, I am too. This has me ready to go out the street. But, and then this whole Safari thing is that she's like, look, we don't want you to be up there to be number one because you would have went up there and been I, me. Everything is about you. And the thing is you never you never contribute to this team in a constructive way. So, you know, Safari finally did the debate the way it was supposed to be done. She learned something new.
Yes. Good for her.
She went back in there. So at this point, Safari basically says Crystal needs to go home because I'm sick of her body and her man face. Her man face.
Damn, she was pressed.
She hates her. And then that's when Mo basically says, Crystal, I'm sorry. Baby, you're expelled. And
she got a side coming. She was already like, bye.
She goes outside and she was like, look, if y'all want to keep me, I will eat a handful of dirt instead.
But you know, period.
Yeah, and so there's this thing. So now we're going forward. Larissa doesn't think Mo likes her. Larissa is mad at Layleen. Safari has a little something for Layleen right now. Becky and Brooke are kind of on the side. So we're going to go into this thing. And then we got Shatar, who's just sitting there. They're going to all bench each other out. You know, with her like little evil laugh.
Yes.
So, yeah, it just goes to show you that third time in the bottom is a charm if you're not lip syncing for your life. Like I'm Red Drag Race.
Exactly. You're going home, girl.
So yeah, for real. So this is cute. It's getting good. We still like next week's episode is not the episode I've been waiting for. I'm waiting for the episode when they go to the consignment store when they gotta give up their clothes. Because that episode is traumatizing. Safari loses her shit, but it's a whole new level of like
at the
where
thrift store?
It goes. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that actually. Because she's trying to sell her stuff, but they're like trying to sell it for like really cheap, and she gets offended because it costs her so much money to get.
Yeah, she got like UGG boots, and they're like, "We'll give you $3." And like,
she's like, "How dare you?"
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, "Well, we're making a better thing." And I thought this was dirty, the producers. I do think that was dirty, but the thing is, you do get big reality TV because they're all about to crack up. And I know there's a big fight between, I think, Larissa and Brooke in that episode.
Yes.
I think that's the fight episode. So we're getting to that point where this turns into Bad Girls Club, which is fun. Yeah. So people, listen, if you have been watching along with us for this Charm School, you can find these episodes on Hulu, and then you can also find them on Daily Motion, which is an app that I recently found. I told you because Daily Motion has episodes of Bad Girls Club on there that you have to find.
That's right.
So and so what they do is they do the whole bootleg thing where they actually reverse the screen because they don't want to get in trouble for it. So Bad Girls Club, but like in a mirror. So you're watching, you can't do the read alongs, but you get the good fight. You get all the thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. Because that's classic television.
That's classic, girl.
So So that's up there. So, and we might have to do like an episode of that one of these days. It's like put that up, or maybe do a watch party of that and like comment about the episode. But that's where you can find Charm School. And then what else is going on? So we have these coming up on Sunday. So we're doing this again next week. And we have to like talk to some friends. We have to see who else wants to jump in and like talk with us. So let's like
talk to people. Jump in here.
People. Yeah, and so we'll get some people jumping on in here with us. I think the other things here that I have going on this week is that tomorrow is May 4th. So it's going to be May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day for all of you Star Wars lovers. And so tomorrow, we're not going to get too crazy. We don't want to get too negative because that's not the world that we need to live in right now. So we're going to kind of do like a love pop culture of Star Wars, the original 3 films. We will discuss a little bit of the George Lucas gossip and some of the stuff that's happening with the Disney situation. But for the most part, we're going to talk about the old school characters. I have questions. I've watched these movies for the first time myself recently. And I get the pop culture thing, and now I need a crash course in it. So I asked a few of my friends from like here and there to join, and so it's going to be fun. So that'll be tomorrow at 4:00 on May 4th.
Love it, I can't wait.
And then yeah, let me know if you join. If you want to join in, I'll send you the little linky up. And then what else do we have going on? Next week we'll also have Real Housewives of New York. We have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This come up on Thursdays and Fridays. We have this one here with Charm with Miss BEBE GUNN. And I don't know, y'all. This is like a little fun project, this whole Binge Bitches. And so this goes and like lives on the internet, and this is just like a love of like reality TV. And plus, we need something to do during these quarantine times and ways to connect. And so this is fun. I love you, Beeb.
Love you.
So thank you for joining me today, and we are going to be signing out. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Mwah.